Song of Solomon's, New King James Version. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. The Banquet, Chapter 1. The Shaddamites. Let him kiss me with his kisses of his mouth, for your love is better than wine, because of the fragrance of your good ornaments. Your name is ornament, an ornament poured forth. Therefore the virgins love you. Draw me away, the daughters of Jerusalem. We will run after you. The Shaddamite, the king has brought me into his chambers, the daughters of Jerusalem. We will be glad and rejoice in you. We will remember your love more than wine. The Shaddamite, rightly do they love you. I am dark but lovely, O daughters of Jerusalem, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Solomon. Do not look upon me because I am dark, because the sun has tanned me. My mother's sons were angry with me. They made me the keepers of the vineyards. But my own vineyard I have not kept. To her beloved, tell me, O you whom I love, where you feed your flock, where you make it rest at noon. For why should I be as one who veils herself by the flock of your companions, by the flock of your companions? If you do not know, to the beloved, if you do not know, O fairest among women, follow in the footsteps of the flock, and feed your little goats besides the shepherd's tents. I have compared you, my love, to my folly among Pharaoh's chariots. Your cheeks are lovely with ornaments, your neck with chains of gold. The daughters of Jerusalem, we will make you ornaments of gold with studs of silver. The Shaddamite, while the king is at his table, my spikenard sends forth its fragrance. A bundle of myrrh is in my beloved to me. A bundle of myrrh is my beloved to me, that lies at night between my breasts. My beloved is to me. A cluster of henna blooms in the vineyards of NKJV, ENGEDI. The beloved, behold, you are fair, my love, behold, you are fair. You have dove's eyes. The Shaddamite, behold, you are handsome, my beloved. Yes, pleasant. Also our bed is green. The beams of our house are cedar, and our rafters of fir. Chapter 2. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valley. The beloved, like a lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. The Shaddamite, like an apple tree among the trees of the woods, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down in his side with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. The Shaddamite, to the daughters of Jerusalem. He brought me to the banquet. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banners over me was love, sustained me with cakes of raisins, refreshed me with apples, for I am lovesick. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, by the gazelle or by the does of the field. Do not stir up nor awake love unless it is pleased. The beloved request, the Shadowmite. The voice of the beloved, behold, he has come, leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. My beloved is like a gazelle or a young stag. Behold, he stands behind our wall. He is looking through the windows, gazing through the lattice. My beloved spoke and said to me, Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past. The rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of singing has come. And the voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The fig tree puts forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grapes give a good smell. Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. O my dove, in the cliffs of the rock, in the secret place of the cliff, let me see your face, let me hear your voice, for your voice is sweet and your face is lovely. Her brothers, catch us a fox, the little fox that spoils the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. The Shadowmite. My beloved is mine, and I am his. He feeds his flock among the lilies. To her beloved, until the day breaks and the shadow flees away. Turn, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag upon the mountain of the Bether, Bether. Chapter 3. A troubled night. The Shadowmite. By night, oh, my bed I have sought. The one I love, I've sought him, but I did not find him. I will rise now, I said, and go about the city, in the streets and in the squares. I will seek the one I love. I sought him, but I did not find him. The watchman who goes about the city found me. I said, Have you seen the one I love? Scarcely had I passed by them when I found the one I love. I held him and would not let him go until I had brought him into the house of my mother and into the chambers of her who conceived me. I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, by the gazelle or by the does of the field, do not stir up nor awake love until it pleases. The coming of Solomon, the Shadowmite. Who is this coming out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all the merchants' fragrance powders? Behold, it is Solomon's couch, with 60 valiant men around it. For the valiant of Israel, they all hold swords, being experts in war. Every man has his sword on his thigh because of fear in the night. Of the wood of Lebanon, Solomon the king made himself a palanquin. I don't know that word. Palanquin. Palanquin. He made it pillars of silver, its supported of gold, its seats of purple, its interior paved with love by the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O daughters of Zion, and seek the king of Solomon with the crown with which his mothers crowned him on the day of his wedding, the day of the gladness of his heart. Chapter 4. The bridegroom praises the bride, the beloved. Behold, you are fair, my love, behold, you are fair. You have dove's eyes behind your veil. Your hair is like a flock of goats going down from the mountain of Gilead. Maybe it's Gilead, Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of shorn sheep, which have come up from the washings, every one of which bears twins, and none is barren among them. Your lips are like a strand of scarlet, and your mouth is lovely. Your temples behind your veil are like a place of pomegranate. Your neck is like the Tower of David, built for an army, on which hangs 1,000 bucklers, all shields as mighty men. Your 2 breasts are like 2 fawns, twins of gazelles, which feed among the lilies, until the day breaks and the shadows flee away. I will go my way to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are all fair, my love, and there is no sport in you. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse. With me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Anama, Anamana, from the top of Sinir and Hermon, from the lion's den, from the mountain of the leopards. You have revived my heart. You have revised my heart, my sister, my spouse. You have revised my heart with one look of your eye, with one link of your necklace. How fair is your love, my sister, my spouse. How much better than wine is your love, and the scent of your perfumes than all spices. Your lips, O my spouse, drip as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the fragrance of your garments is like the fragrance of Lebanon. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Your plants are an orchard from pomegranates, with the pleasant fruit, fragrance, henna with spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh and aloe, with all the chief spices, a fountain of gardens, a well of living water, and streams of Lebanon. The Shaddamite. Awake, O north wind, and come, O south, blow upon the garden, that is, spices may flow out. Let my beloved come to his garden and eat its pleasant fruit. Chapter 5. The beloved. I have come in my garden, my sister, my spouse, and I have gathered my myrrh and my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. To his friends. Eat, O friends, drink, yes, drink deeply, O beloved ones. The Shaddamite troubled everything. The Shaddamite troubled everything. The Shaddamite. I sleep, but my heart is awake. It is in the voice of my beloved. He knocks, saying, Open for me, my sister. My love, my dove, my perfect one, for my head is covered with dew, my locks with the drop of the night. I have taken off my robe, and how can I put it on again? I have washed my feet, how can I defile them? My beloved put his hand by the latch of the door, and my heart yearned for him. I arose to open for my beloved, and my hands dripped with myrrh, my fingers with liquid myrrh on the handles of the lock. I opened for my beloved, but my beloved hand turned away and was gone. My heart, I leaped up when he spoke, and I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen who went about the city from me, they struck me, they wounded me, the keepers of the walls took my veil away from me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if you find my beloved, that you tell him I'm lovesick. That you tell him I'm lovesick. The daughters of Jerusalem, what is your beloved more than another beloved? O fairest among the women, what is your beloved more than other beloveds? That you so charge us, the Shunammite. My beloved is white and ruddy, sheaf among the thorns, sheaf among 10,000. Okay, I'm going to read that again. The Shunammite. My beloved is white and ruddy, sheaf among 10,000. His head is like the finest gold. His locks are wavy and black as a raven. The eyes are like the dove by the rivers of water, washing with milk, and the fiddly set. His cheeks are like a bed of spices, banks of scented herbs. His lips are lilies, dripping liquid of myrrh. His hands are rods of gold set with beryl. His body is carved ivory, inlaid with sapphires. His legs are pillars of marble set on bases of fine gold. His countenance is like Lebanon, excellent as the cedar. His mouth is most sweet. Yes, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughter of Jerusalem. Chapter 6. The daughters of Jerusalem. Where has your beloved gone, O fairest among men? Where has your beloved turned aside, that we may seek him with you? The Shunammite. My beloved has gone to his garden, to his bed of spices, to feed his flock into the gardens, and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's, and my beloved's is mine. He feeds his flock among the lilies. Praise of the Shunammite beauty. The beloved. Oh, my love, you are as beautiful as Tarsha, or Tarja is Tirzah, lovely as Jerusalem, awesome as any army with banners. Turn your eyes away from me, for they have overcome me. Your hair is like a flock of goats going down from Gilead. Your teeth are like the flocks of sheep, which have come up from the washings. Everyone bears twins, and none is barren among them. Like a piece of pomegranate are your temples behind your veil. There are 60 queens and 80 concubines, and virgins without number. My dove, my perfect one, is the only one of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. The daughter saw her and called her blessed, the queens and the concubines, and they praise her. Who is she who looks forth as the morning, fair as noon, clear as the sun, awesome as an army with banners? The Shunammite. I went down into the garden of nuts to see the verdure. I can't pronounce it. The Shunammite. I went down into the garden of nuts to see the verdure, Verdure, of the valley, to see whether the vine had budded and the pomegranate had bloomed. Before I was even aware, my soul had made me as the chariots of my noble people, the beloved and his friends. Return, return, O Shunammite, return, return, that we may look upon you. The Shunammite. What would you see in the Shunammite? As it were, the dance of the two camps, expressions of praise. Chapter 7, the beloved. How beautiful are your feet in the sandals, O princess daughters. The curves of your thigh are like jewels, the work of your hands, of a skillful workman. Your novel is a rounded goblet. It lacks no blended beverage. Your waist is a heap of wheat set about with lilies. Your two breasts are like two fawns, twins of gazelles. Your neck is like an ivory tower, your eyes like the pools of Heshbon. By the gate of Bath Rabbim is Babbim. Your nose is like the tower of Lebanon, which looks towards Damascus. Your head crowned, you like Mount Carmel, and the hair of your head is like purple. A king is held captive by your treasures. How far and how pleasant you are, O love, with your delight. This statue of yours is like a palm tree, and your breast like its clusters. I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of its branches. Let now your breasts be like clusters of the vine, the fragrance of your breath like apples, and the roof of your mouth like the breast of wine. The Shunammite. The wine goes down smoothly for my beloved, moving gently the lips of sleepers. I am my beloved's, and his desire is towards me. Come, my beloved, let us go forth to the field. Let us lodge in the village. Let us get up early into the vineyards. Let us see if the vine has budded, whether the grapes blossom are open, and the pomegranates are bloomed. There I will give you my love. The mandrake gives off a fragrance, and at our gates are pleasant fruits, all manner, new and old, which I have laid upon you, my beloved. Chapter 8. Oh, that you were like my brother, who nurses at the mother's breast. If I should find you outside, I would kiss you. I would not be despised. I would lead you and bring you into the house of my mother. She who used to instruct me. I would cause you to drink of spice wine, of the juice of the pomegranate. The daughter of Jerusalem. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, do not stir up, nor wake love, until it is pleased. Love renewed in Lebanon. A relative. Who is this coming up from the wilderness? Lead upon her beloved. I awoke you under an apple tree. There your mother brought you forth. There she who bore you brought you forth. The Shadamite. To her beloved, set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death, jealousy as cruel as the grave. Its flames are flames of fire, a most vehement flame. I don't know that word. It's vehement, vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, nor can it the floods drown it. If a man would give for love all the wealth of his house, it would be utterly despised. The Shadamite's brother. We have a little sister, and she has no breast. What shall we do for our sister in the day when she is spoken for? If she is a wall, we will build her up, a battlement of silver. And if she is a door, we will enclose her with borders of cedar. The Shadamite. I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then I become in his eyes as one who found peace. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Hamon. He leased the vineyard to the keepers. Everyone was to bring for it fruit, 1,000 silver coins. To Solomon, my own vineyard is before me. You, O Solomon, may have 1,000, and those who tend its fruit 200. The beloved, you who dwell in the garden, the companions, listen to your voice. Let me hear it. The Shadamite. Make haste, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag on the mountain of spices. And that is the end of Song of Solomon, New King James Version.